Good afternoon, fellow traders. It's Black Coffee Trader coming to you here on Wednesday, March 25th. And today was a pretty good day, pretty happy. Had a small red day today, but I followed my rules very well. Very, very happy about that. Market just doing market things, obviously in a channel. Big news. I am back with Apex, as you can see in this little rotating banner. Apex did reinstate me as an affiliate. I'm very, very happy about that. So typically, I don't do this, but I would say if you are in the market for evals, please use my code, and let's show Apex that it was a wise decision for them to reinstate me as an affiliate. So as you can see there, I'm not quite sure that my BCT code is live yet. I believe it's still the BVLS TBTS, but one of the two should be live. We're trying to get the BCT code reinstated, or that is so much simpler than the other code. So anyway, thank you for those of you that use my affiliate code with, whether it's Apex, Lucid, or whatever. I appreciate that very much, but I'm very, very thankful for Apex for reinstating me. So anyway, getting on with the trade. So obviously the market today very much, again, channel bound. What a surprise. We had the highs sitting up here on the NASDAQ, and we respected the the Monday low of days, which is right here. I was really bullish on the session today since we were above the highs from yesterday, and that was pretty much the case across all the markets. We pretty much were above those highs, and I was really looking for longs. Obviously, probably the best trade today was shorting this opening pop and then shorting this pop around 10:30, I think that was, maybe 11 o'clock. We had that big sell-off, which obviously rebounded, but I wasn't really looking for that, because for me, if we're breaking above the previous day's high, as we were, here's yesterday's high, overnight session, we pretty much stayed above that, and we were opening above that. And so I was really looking for this market to continue higher, and we just really didn't get it. So anyway, I just have a tough time shorting, or I didn't really want to short because of that move. So ended up with a $300 loss on the top account. And one of my rules, and one of the things, not really a rule maybe, but just something I really want to focus in on, is doing a better job of just quitting when I have a couple of red trades. So basically, I'm trying to hold myself to 2 full losses. If I do that, I'm done on an account for the day, which is what I did. I think I took 3 or 4 trades with this account, 1 or 2 break evens and 2 full losses. And then I took, I think, a break even, a losing trade, and then 1 really nice winning trade on the second account that I traded today. So slightly green there. Overall a net red day, but honestly, it feels really good. And it feels good because I followed my plan. Took some good trades. The setups were there. The market just simply didn't behave, if you will. I mean, the market doesn't have to necessarily behave, I guess, but it's just the setups didn't really play out. So first trade was, I was looking for this high of day on the Russell, looking for this would be the Monday's high. It looked like we were holding. If you zoom in here a little bit, you can see, actually, you know what? I'm just going to walk through TradeZella, because I think the trades will show up a little bit better on the screenshots there. Here you can see today down 258. Again, low win rate, because I'm not finding as many winning trades. Average win to loss is still good, but we're just not finding the winning trades. So anyway, we keep at it. So first trade, whoops, I was on the wrong thing here. First trade here is was a Russell trade. We were looking for a break and retest of Monday's high of day. And if you look at this, notice how well this held. So we were looking for this break, retest, long. That's what the goal was with this setup. 1, 2, 3 wicks holding cleanly at that level. We have a green candle pushing higher. I actually wait on that candle and don't take the entry till here on the next green candle. And so this is just a trade that ordinarily that trade will run easily to that 2R, or oftentimes it does. But in the current market conditions, it's just, we're not getting much follow through. And this trade just, ended up rolling over and stopping me out. Trade number 2 was a win, and that was pretty much the same setup. And this one here, you can see that first stop out. We had that nasty little wick, which was really fueled from NQ, I believe. And we started to reclaim, had this big push higher. You had this candle right here. You had this candle holding, strong push. Took that trade long. Ended up getting stopped out at a 1R profit. So basically what I'm doing is, Well, let me back up. There's a couple things I've changed. With the current market conditions, my ATM strategy was set up so that my stop automatically jumped to break even when we get to 3/4 R. And I changed that to be 1 R. My stop is not moving until we get 1 R in profit. And when we do that, the stop goes to break even. And I am then looking at this and moving my stop. If we get close to 2R or TP1 here, if we get really close but we don't quite get there, I'll move this stop up to 1R to kind of protect myself and get out of that trade with a $150 winner. And what ended up happening here is I got stopped out. We wick up a higher, and really this ended up being a rollover. But unfortunately, at the time, I was a little bit, thinking, man, did I make a mistake? But got to follow the rules, man. Got to follow the rules, and I did. Ended up with a win. Trade number 3 was on ES. This was with that same account. This was, I believe, the last trade with this account. No, I took one more trade. And this here was a break and retest long again here, looking at the, what do my notes say? Yeah, the prior high of day. So that was and look at this. You have, again, this move to the downside right here. We rebounded. We reclaimed the prior day high. We had a big wick bouncing right off that level. We had a green candle bouncing right off of basically off that level. Took the entry here. And this trade rode for quite some time. Just kind of slow grinded higher. And then we had the big move down, which stopped me out for a loss on that trade. So again, great setup. Everything was there. Just the continuation simply wasn't a part of the market at that point. Trade number 4 was on the NASDAQ. This was one that I was actually, I meant to take this trade on an eval, and then I realized I forgot to change my account, and I was taking it with one of my funded accounts. Basically ended up as a losing trade. This was the last trade on this account, but looking here for a break and retest above PDH again. After this big move down, we had the just huge reclaim, just really kind of a big liquidity grab, it almost felt like, but nice hold here. Next candle pushing higher, take the long. Was looking for this to run, and it ran for a little bit and then just rolled over. And so we ended up taking a loss on that trade. And then we moved to trade number 6, which was actually that trade we just looked at was on the second account here that I traded. Trade number 6 right here was a break and retest to the short side on ES. And this one here, took a couple of these today. Actually, I missed this trade right here. Did I miss one? Yeah, I missed this one right here. We have a short. Again, looking for this to continue further downside. We have the high of day, and obviously we were failing. This was that earlier trade I was talking about where we had the move down. Let me get rid of this. And then we held this very nicely. We held the prior day high very nicely. And I was like, okay, this thing is going to the downside. So I took this short, got stopped out right at these highs, and I re-entered this trade. And this one ended up as a break-even stop, which really kind of set up the last trade of the day. So break-even stop there down $4 with commissions. And that sets up the final trade, which was a really nice winning trade, also on ES. And here you can kind of see, I can't really zoom in any further here, but you can see these two trades were basically right in here, looking for the downside move there that didn't work. So you have the high of day from yesterday sitting right here. You have a kind of almost a trapped seller's situation here where I was looking for downside because it was holding and it simply didn't go. Then we had the big push higher. We wick tested that area, nice green candle push. Took that entry long, and I almost have to go to the charts themselves to show you how I almost got stopped out of this trade. And this was probably one of the best trades that I've taken in a long time, just because I really listened, followed my rules, and it worked out as a very good trade. But here you go. Let's go to that account right here, and now you can see there's the two losing trades right there. And then here's the entry on that winning trade. Let me zoom in here a little bit so you can see this. This is exactly, this bottom of this box is exactly where my stop was. I was 1 tick away from getting stopped out, 2 ticks away from getting stopped out there. But I just felt, man, we flipped this. We were failing to break this area, but we couldn't get further downside. We had the big move higher. We came back, we retested that area, and that's what prompted the long entry. And we tried to roll over 3 times here, and we just simply couldn't break. Buyers were there, and we finally got the move, got out of there on TP1 here. And then obviously, per my rules, my stop goes to 1R after I hit TP1, and I get stopped out there. And again, $220 winner. So very, very happy with that trade. Very nice trade. And this was the big win, is just holding onto that trade after I almost got stopped out. And we moved up here to my entry right here, and then we rolled over. I really, every bone in my body wanted me to close that trade, but I just didn't. I was like, I'm not. We are above the level, and that's the trade, and it's either going to go or it's going to stop me out. And we come back down. We didn't stop out again, pushed higher, and at that point, I'm like, okay, this thing's probably going to go. It's just, it didn't, this area is holding, and it's probably going to go, and it finally did. So ended up with it. That grade trade felt absolutely great just because of the way the whole thing played out. So anyway, hope that all makes sense. It was a really good trading day, despite the fact that we are net red by a little bit. Looking at the spreadsheet that I kind of keep to show where we're at. So we have one account here, the bottom, the 97 account. We made almost 400 on that on Monday. We did lose account number 96 on Tuesday. I lost account number 103 yesterday, and then today stopped after 2 losses on account 104, and we have a little bit of profit on 105. So the plan probably for tomorrow is going to be to trade, work on this account to get it into green, and hopefully not blow it. So that's going to be the goal. If I can get that account green, that'll be good. And then, we'll kind of go from there on the next accounts. I'm probably not going to trade this one. Probably not going to trade this one the rest of the week. We'll see. Maybe I'll trade this one if we can get this account green. But again, just taking it very, very slowly, and also trying to work on some evals to build up some accounts. So I would love to see this market get out of this sideways channel that we've been in. For me to really get more aggressive and really try to trade, take bigger trades with my game plan. So obviously, I am looking at it. It's so much better if we get a trend on a day, you get an overnight session, you get a trend continuation the next day, and you kind of get this continuation move. It's so much easier to trade with for me than if you get this sideways noise where there's really no edge in the marketplace. So just have to be patient and work on that, and hopefully we can put some more wins on the charts. So anyway, that's a wrap for today. Longer video, apologize for that, but thanks for following along. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for supporting the channel, and we will catch up with you on the next one. Take care, and so long.